Hi, grade 7. This is a math video for actually it's chapter 7, test, form 2B. I'm sorry, it's not a lesson, it's form 2B. I'm going to give you some thoughts about formulas that you will need to use in order to solve some of these problems today. Number 1 is asking you to find the area, the area of a triangle. Do you remember that formula? It should be 1/2 times small b times h. Number 2 is looking for a parallelogram. The formula for that is small b times h. Area equals small b times h. Number 3, that's a trapezoid. So what do you do with trapezoids? That's 1/2 times the height times the adding up of the bases. Adding of the bases. 1/2 times the height times the adding of the bases. Number 4, you're looking for the area of a circle. Area of a circle is pi r squared, or pi times radius times radius. Make sure you got a radius on that one. Make sure it's a radius. Number 5. I'm hoping you see that in number 5 you got a triangle sitting on top of a small rectangle that's sitting on top of another rectangle that's a little bit bigger than the smaller one. Number 6, well, hopefully you recognize that's a formula for the area of a trapezoid. So that's 1/2 times the height times the adding up of the two bases. That's a little messy. Doop, doop, doop. There we go. Can you see that? Looks like you can, hopefully. Number 7, do you remember how to do circumference of a circle? There's 2 formulas for circumference. One of them is circumference equals diameter times pi. The other one is circumference equals 2 times a radius times pi. How about number 8? Well, they're just asking you to recognize that shape. Number 9, they're asking you to name the number of edges that that shape has. Number 10, they've got a bunch of boxes there, and they want you to find the surface area of those boxes. Well, if you're finding surface area of a box, I would suggest that for number 10, the first thing you do is you draw the box to make sure you understand what you're dealing with there. Here's an example of what the box could look like. It's 6 inches by 8 inches by 3 inches, and they want to know the surface area of the entire box, don't they? So, well, how many faces does this box have? Doesn't it have 6 faces? And doesn't each face have an area of length times width? So it sounds like you got to do 6 different length times width problems and then add those numbers up. Okay, number 11, that's talking about significant digits. I'd look at the second page of the last lesson of this chapter, and I would look at that purple table for number 11 if you don't remember how many significant digits 1203.5 has. Backside, let's do a little erasing here so we get some room. Number 12, number 12, we're supposed to find the volume, right? Isn't that for number 12, volume equals capital B times H? And since the volume of that shape happens to be a shape that has a triangular set of bases, we need to change that so that it becomes this when we find our volume, right? 13's a cylinder, so we start with that same formula, but since the bases are circles, we're going to change the capital B to pi r squared. Number 14, that's a cone. The formula changes slightly for volume of a cone. That's 1/3 times capital B times H, right? And because the base of the cone is a circle, we write that base as pi r squared times height, right? We've got to write it in that fashion. Okay. What about 15? Ooh, 15's. That's a triangular pyramid, right? So again, for number 15, we're starting off, since it's the volume of a pyramid, 1/3 times capital B times H. But, we're going to have to change that B, aren't we? It's going to end up being 1/2 times base times height times the height of the pyramid there. So 15 changes to that formula. Ooh. Do you remember how to do cylinder volume? Or excuse me, cylinder surface area? Well, it's found in the book everywhere. One example, let's see, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong page here. We got time. Oh, no wonder. I'm in the 6th grade book. That's not helpful, is it? Oh. Okay, back now, 16. We need surface area. Surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh, right? And I don't know. How about the surface area of that number? I'm going to skip 17. If you want to ask me about it, go ahead. Number 18. What about the cone? Isn't that pi r squared plus 2, plus pi r l for lateral height? This one I forget. One moment, please. My apologies. But we can look it up. Pi r squared, pi r l. Yep. Pi r squared plus pi r l, that's the surface area of a cone. Precision unit, number 19. Number 19, I would look at that last lesson of chapter 7 and think about what it means to be precise on a ruler. And, number 20 is one of those addition problems dealing with how precise you need to be based on a particular set of numbers that are given. You'll notice that the first number has 2 decimal place values, the second one has 2 decimal place values, and the third one has 1 decimal place value. If you look in the textbook where it talks about adding numbers to a certain precision, it tells you that because of the way these numbers are written, our answer needs to be changed so that it's precise to 1 decimal place value, because that's the least amount of place values that number 20 is offering there. Okay, so that's your video, 7th graders. Hope this helps.